it's Bronwyn. I am so excited about today's video. I feel like different. I feel like that thing that I've been going for with this whole Unleashing Me journey has finally clicked into place. Awesome. Something happened yesterday I'm going to share in a minute, but before I do that, I want to lay this foundation. If you've been watching my journey, then you know that I've lived this life where I felt like I got very strong and very confident, and yet I had these belief systems that were embedded in me deep. I didn't realize them. I didn't see them until about 3 or 4 weeks ago when I followed a prompting that dug up all the stuff. And you know, this healing over the last month has been really, really intense. And I've been documenting that for myself. Really, this has been like a video journal thing for me until today. And it still is. I'm gonna, because I'll come back and watch these videos and I'll learn from what I'm saying and I'll let things trigger me and see what comes up from that. But the point is that I have felt like my mission is to help people and particularly help people understand faith and how it works, and fear and how it works, and how that's like both of them are the same type. They work the same way as far as they're the same type of creation power that's in each of us, because we're people and we're made the way that we're made, and that power is put in us from our birth. So for me, just honing that and feeling like so I wrote a book, and I've written a couple books, and I'm like fumbling along trying to figure out how I'm going to share this message and how to be confident about it, and then this thing comes up, and I'm totally uprooted, and I realize what's been standing in my way this whole time. And so what it comes down to is now I recognize that my message is about the things I've been through, like the severe anxiety, the severe depression, like social anxiety to the point where I can't go into a room full of people without feeling like I'm going to cry, because oh my gosh, they must all be looking at me and they must be thinking this and this bad thing, because they couldn't possibly think anything else, when I didn't realize that that's how I was feeling about myself. And so I feel to start this self-help business, which I've started and have just, like I said, been kind of fumbling along. Well, today I feel like something solidified. The message solidified over the last few days, and yesterday something happened to me. It didn't really happen to me. It happened for me, that showed me, I'm going to tell you, in a nutshell, I'm going to tell you, I'm like totally, I love to be friends with everyone. I want to be, I will text a thought to my friends. And if I want to be friends, I will start that friendship, and I'll bounce up and tell you what I think of you, and it's usually something good. And I see people, and I love people, and I you know, I want to tell you what I like about you. And sometimes, okay, so there are some people that you know, I've had this thing where, okay, with the popular boy thing, obviously I've been putting other people, there are some people that I put up above me. Oh, popular people, famous people, whatever. I think that I get starstruck. I met Carol Tuttle once. I thought I was going to die. I didn't know how to be. We took some pictures, and I'm like totally like a deer in the headlights. I couldn't handle myself. It was so funny. I look back at those pictures and I'm like, oh my gosh. So now if I met Carol Tuttle, I wonder what I would be like. But this is over the last few weeks. So there's this couple of people that I had put up above me that I felt impressed to become friends with. And just a second, make sure you don't get in the shot.
I got wet.
Oh, you'll be okay. It's just water. It'll dry.
I just want to get on there and climb. And I won't do it.
You can do it.
I can't. And then I will get wet all the way.
Okay.
Like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, and like this.
Then you just need to choose. Do you want to get wet? Is it worth it?
No, I want to go up there climbing.
Okay, do it. Okay. Sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. I love that boy. Yeah, okay, back on track. There are these people that I felt impressed to be friends with that I had, and this is what uprooted me, that I had put like in this place above me. Anyway, yesterday I texted somebody. I texted one of these people that I felt like were so high above me. And I, yesterday I didn't feel that way. I'm like, oh, I think this person's cool. And I was thinking about her because of something that I was doing that made me think of her. And I was like, oh, she's so cool. I'm just going to send her a text. And it kind of showed me where I was with that because here I thought to myself, oh, okay. So I was fine with it until I got a response. And that triggered me with more of that, oh, they couldn't think like good about me. But that was like, oh, I'm so glad. Because even though it's like so messed up about it, like, oh no, she's gonna think I'm chasing her. Now all of this because I had put her above myself, right? All my other friends, I'm like gonna text them and we're gonna chat. It's gonna be fine. I'm like, I have no problem with it. And anyway, but with this situation, because of the way that I had, that thing that I'd gone through with the whole Popular Boy thing, I had put her in that position, and I didn't realize I still had her there a little bit. But so after that, I had this massive breakthrough. I had this, oh, you know what? She's allowed to think whatever she's going to think. If she thinks I'm chasing her or fishing or all those things that I was like, oh no, she's going to think that about me now. It doesn't matter because because I love people and I'm cool too, It's like, we all should feel that way about ourselves. So this is the message of the day. This choice, the choice to think creates the feeling that we feel, and that drives us to whatever action that we're going to take, whether it be in fear. So if we think a thought that inspires a feeling of fear, this is what creates anxiety. It's our thought. Okay, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna recommend this movie. I will tell you that it has the F word in it one time. And it's kind of intense. So I don't necessarily think you should show your kids. But there's some science in this movie. It's a documentary. And it's called What the Bleep Do We Know? And if you haven't seen it yet, I am going to go ahead and recommend it. Do that whole angel thing and have them take the bad words out and stuff. But there's some science going on in this movie where they talk about each cell of our body has a receptor, has several receptors on them. And when we say things to ourselves, we create receptors and we lose receptors. So if we're saying, let's say I've said to myself all my life, since forever, that I hate me or I'm gross, then I create receptors for more of that. And that's what I'm allowing myself to receive. And the I love you receptors fall off. They disappear with the new cell, because as that cell splits and the old cell dies, we have the receptor for the new thing. So when we look into our eyes in the mirror and we say, I love you, and I accept you, and I when I say accepting, I accept my mission, I accept my gifts, I accept, I love, then we create all of those receptors on our cells. Literally, physically, changes our whole body. And so when we repeat those things to ourselves over and over again, we create scientifically proven receptors on our cells that make that believe, like that our body actually begins to believe the thing. because it can receive it, because it creates a receptor for it. And those old receptors for I hate you and all that stuff all falls off, so there aren't receptors for that junk anymore. And it's all based on what we say to ourselves. It's not based on what other people say to us. And if we decide to believe them and say that to ourselves too, then it is based on that. But it's, like I said, it's all our own thought, because that's how faith works. And we literally are building and fixing and creating this body to be new and different and amazing, and you know, it all starts in our mind. So our mind, as far as I see, our mind is not our brain. Our mind is more connected. It's our intelligence and it's connected to our spirit. Our brain responds to our mind. So our brain. So, like, how would I put this? The mind is like on a scientific level, it looks like electrical impulses, and the brain then responds to that and sends messages to the body, right? So physically, the brain is the physical part, and the mind is the driving force, the intelligent factor. So if we want to change our body and create new receptors, we totally have the power to do that just by repeating to ourselves the true thing. And that true thing is, I love me, and I accept me, and I believe other people think good of me. I think good of me. I believe other people love me. I love me. So it's about what we believe, not what other people are doing. I believe that other people can love me now. Oh my gosh, that is such a big thing. And I see this in other people who have suffered from anxiety. Everybody's looking at me. Everybody's thinking badly of me. It's all starts here, because eventually you create, everybody's thinking badly of me, because you think it so hard it becomes true, and that's what you have receptors for. So that's the evidence that you create in your life. Powerful. Okay, if you watch this movie, realize that there is it's intense, and appropriately so, because this is a very real physical thing. And if you connect the dots and you see that what you're saying to yourself, what you're thinking about yourself, what you're allowing to go on in your thought process is what's making your feelings. Mind, heart, physically real, soul. All right, you create things in spirit before it's created physically. So that's the message of the day. Oh, I'm so feeling changed, and I hope that plants such a deep seed in you that if you're suffering with anxiety and depression, that this starts to pull you out of it. It's yucky at first. It pulls all that stuff to the surface. It hurts until you change the receptors. And if you want support, I've got a group. It's called Mrs. Dreamseed's Dream Sowers Club. It's a small group right now. There's only about 45 or 46 people in it. They're all people that I feel are trustworthy, going through kind of the same process that we are. We all have dreams. We all have understanding of how this works. And so if you want to discuss what's going on with you, you can come and be in that. It's a free group. It's a closed group. It's private. I do screen everything that goes into that group. So negative things, I'm going to delete those things. I don't allow posts. I protect it, because we're dealing with people that have tender hearts and need serious support, and so I'm working to provide that. So, free Facebook group, and you're welcome. If you're starting this journey, come. I will support you there, and we just go from there. That would be a good place to start. If you feel alone, you don't have to. I have felt alone for a really long time. You don't have to go through this journey by yourself. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm here for, and I want to support you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.